Amazon ads. Today I'm going to let you watch over my shoulder as I create a campaign, an Amazon ad campaign on one of my low content books. So if you've not created any ads on your books at all and are interested in do so, then this is the ideal opportunity to learn how to do it. Now it's important that you do watch all the video because there are some pitfalls you need to avoid so that you don't lose money and hopefully start making money on your ads. Now if you've not been here before, my name's Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it, and that's your money I'm talking about. And if you like videos like that, then please do give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and also smash that notification bell to receive notifications of when I produce more videos like this, and also make sure you switch notifications on. Okay, so we're looking at Amazon ads. But before we get into the meat of the video, I just want to say that with ads, there is always a risk that you're going to lose money. So if you're worried about losing money or you're just starting out, then probably wait a bit longer until you get a bit more experience with your books and you're making sales, because there is always that risk with ads, particularly when you're starting out and learning the ropes, that you can lose money. So it's important just to keep things small, keep your budgets low and keep your bid amounts on the book low, and hopefully you can learn and enjoy the process also. I'm going to create an ad on one of my books so that you can see how I do it, and this is just going to be a simple ad, and then in further videos I'm going to be looking at different ad types and also monitoring how these ads are doing, so that if you set an ad campaign up yourself, you can learn from the sort of things I'm looking at after I've set up an ad campaign to see whether the ad is working or not, and at what point I tend to switch my ads on and at what point I tend to let them run, and the different ad strategies that I use. Now if you've not watched it, I've done a primer, an introduction to Amazon ads in a previous video, and I'll leave the link above. So it's worthwhile going to watch that first and then coming back to watch this video. So let's get straight to it. So what you need to do is go to your bookshelf on your KDP platform and choose which book you're going to put an ad on. So I've got that here, I've got the book up, and you go over to the right hand side, click the button with the three dots on, and you have all these options here, and you click on promote and advertise. And then you'll scroll down and choose the marketplace. I always choose Amazon.com for all my campaigns to start with, because it's the biggest market and it's the best place to test your ads. If you do have a campaign that is successful, you can then consider running ads in different marketplaces. So let's choose Amazon.com, create ad campaign. And we've got two options here, sponsored products and lock screen ads. Lock screen ads are for the Kindle ebooks, so we want sponsored products, so we click on continue. And then first of all we need to name our campaign. Now what I normally do is just use some sort of code whereby I can recognize what this book is. So I'm just going to call this, let's just call it example, but you would maybe use the name of the book or a code, say it was a Marles logbook, something like MLB. And then I normally put in what the price of the book is, but you can do whatever you like, just something that you can identify it. Now we're not going to be putting this in any particular portfolio at the moment, but later on when you produce other ads you can create portfolios which can group certain books together. And what I do is I create a portfolio in a particular niche name, and then put books, all the books with similar niches into that, and all the different types of ads. And this is going to start today, and we're going to start with a daily budget of $5. So you don't want to start with anything too great, because you don't want the ads to run away with you. Now with low content books, they don't sell huge amounts. If you were going for something like colouring books where there's potential to sell huge amounts or the ads to be quite expensive, then you really want to limit your daily budget until you get a hang of your ads to see if they're working. For most books that I put ads on, because I keep a low budget, I rarely hit that $5 daily budget, but it's just that bit of reassurance, bit of insurance for yourself that you're not going to suddenly run over budget, and you wake up the next day to find out that you've spent $200 on ads, although that's probably unlikely unless it is a very competitive niche, such as things like colouring books. And we're going to go for automatic targeting. So this is where Amazon is going to create the keywords that it's going to target itself, and also create the products on which your ads will appear. Later on, we will be looking at manual targeting. Now, the next option is the campaign bidding strategy. So you can set a maximum bid on your book, and you can give Amazon one of three options. One is just to bid that amount. That's called a fixed bid. So you bid that certain amount. Let's call it 20 cents. So Amazon will bid 20 cents on every ad. And you will get charged when someone clicks on your book. That's when you'll be charged the ad price. The other option is dynamic bids up and down. So you could set a bid of 20 cents, but Amazon could increase that or decrease it. One of the reasons I'm not fond of that is because you've got no control in how much Amazon will increase your bid. So you could start at 20 cents, again, wake up the next morning to find out that Amazon's decided they're going to bid $1 on your book. And so you could end up sort of spending more money than you anticipated. So what I choose is the dynamic bids down only. So you put a ceiling on how much you bid. So if we were to put 20 cents, then that would be the maximum we would pay when someone clicks on our books. But Amazon could adjust that downwards. So maybe for a keyword that's not as competitive, that the bidding price is only about 5 cents. So Amazon will take that bid down. And then we've got the ad format. So we've got custom text ad or standard ad. Custom text is where you can add a sentence, if you like. I'll show you where that occurs, and we'll keep that on custom text ad because I'm not sure if it can help with the sales. I've read some studies that say, some say it makes a difference, some say it doesn't. So we'll put in some custom text. And then we scroll down and Amazon will put the book into this product area, which means you're just going to be putting ads on this one product. And we'll stick to just the one product at the moment because you don't want to complicate things. You want to keep things nice and simple. So now we come down to the next option, which is the automatic targeting, where you set your default bid. And this is, in effect, the maximum bid that you will pay when someone clicks on your book. Now, what I suggest doing is, when you're starting off, keeping this very low. And I would suggest something like 20 cents or 30 cents. It does give us a suggested bid here of $1.19, which tends to suggest that this market is competitive. There are other people placing bids on this. But don't worry too much about that, because I have lots of books where it would advise, give a suggested bid of $1, $1.50, but I still keep it low and ads will still appear, because what you want to do, again, is start off slow. You don't want to suddenly get lots of clicks and it also runs away with you. So start off with something low, 20 cents, 30 cents. I'm going to do 20 cents on this occasion. We can leave out negative keyword targeting at the moment. What that option is that you can put in keywords that you don't want Amazon to bid on. So you may find you have a keyword where you're getting lots of clicks but no conversions, no sales, in which case you might want to then put that into the negative keyword box. So the next box is where we come to that custom text that we just talked about, where you can put in a small sales pitch. And you could write whatever you like in there, just maybe a couple of features or benefits of the book. So I'll write something in there, and I'm just going to keep that pretty short, and you will get this ad preview here, which I've had to block out for obvious reasons. Now, what I want to say is this book was published at the beginning of December. Now, I normally leave it at least 3 months before I start to put ads on a book. I don't go in there straight away. I leave it 3 months because I want to allow Amazon to index the book fully for all the keywords, and also for it to develop some sort of relevancy, so it knows what keywords are associated with the notebooks, so that when you put on these automatic ads, Amazon already has an idea of the keywords that it's going to put in there, and it will keep them more focused. So my advice would be, don't put ads on straight away as soon as you're published. leave it 3 months. And then we just click on Launch Campaign. And then it will give us our summary, and you can just double check down there to make sure everything is correct. Then just go to Campaign Manager. So then it will take you to the general campaign management dashboard, and then this will provide you with the figures of how much you're spending on ads, what the sales are, what the impressions are, and you can get the metrics for the clicks, the click-through rates, the cost per click, and your orders. So what I normally have it set up as we look here, are these columns. The impressions, that's how many times your book appears when someone puts in a keyword. The clicks, that's how many times people have clicked on your book. The click-through rate, so this is percentage of clicks to impressions. You want to ideally maintain it above 0.5%. I find a lot of my books are around 1% or even a lot higher. And then this is an important one, how much you're spending on your ads, the cost per click, so how much it's actually costing you, and the orders. Now an order can be for 1 book or 2 books. So if you see orders and you see in the column 3, it doesn't mean people have ordered 3 books. It could be that one of those orders could be for 10 books. So you just need to be aware of that, because I've been fooled by that on occasion when I have a lapse of concentration. And then you've got sales, and that's the total amount of sales. So if you've got a book that's selling for $6.99, so 1 sale would be $6.99. And then we come to the important figure, which is the ACOS, and that's a percentage of spend over the amount of sales. Okay, so you want to keep that at certain levels or below certain levels if you want to make a profit. So say for instance a book selling for $6.99, a 120-page book, the profit would be $1.99, around $1.99. So $1.99 divided by $6.99 gives you a figure of 28%. So approximately 28%, it's just a little bit over. So if you're running an ad on a book that's selling for $6.99, if your ACOS is below 28%, it means you're making a profit. If it's around about the 28% mark, it means you're breaking even. If it's above the 28% mark, then it indicates that you're making a loss. And there are different strategies to running ads whereby you can obviously make a profit, break even, or even making a loss. And I explained that in the video that I'll link to down below. That was the initial video on Amazon ads, because there are strategies where you can still make a small loss but overall make a profit, because you're getting some organic sales, because you're making not just sales from your sponsored ads, but you're also making sales from your book as they rise up the rankings on Amazon. And they're the organic sales. So as your bestsellers rank drops and your reviews start to come in, your book will start to rank higher and you'll make sales off that listing. So even though you might be making a small loss on the ads, you'll be making money with the organic sales, and overall you could end up making a profit on the sales of your books, and that's something you will need to monitor as well. So the sorts of figures you want to be looking at are the click-through rate. Is that, I aim for about 1%, so is that 1% or higher? I monitor the ACOS, and depending on how much your book's selling for, you want to keep that percentage figure below or around about the ACOS figure to break even on your book. Now, the important thing is you ask yourself, at what point do you leave the ads running, or what point do you shut the ads off? Now this can be tricky, and you can read lots of different bits of conflicting advice, because if you just set a dollar amount, then that is often determined by how much you're paying per click. So if you say, okay, I'm going to get to spend of $1, but your cost per click is 50 cents, that means you're going to get 2 clicks, you haven't made a sale, you're going to shut down the ad. Well, you've not really given the ad enough time. If you set a bid of say 20 cents, now you're going to be getting bids of 20 cents and you're going to get getting bids lower. So you could set a figure of $1 or $2 of your, as a cutoff mark. So if after say $1 or $2 you don't get any sales, you can stop the ad. The way I usually do it is if I've not had a sale after 10 clicks, then I just stop the ad. So if the bid is 20 cents per ad, that will work out at $2. Again, you'll often pay less than your maximum bid, so it would be usually less than $2. But usually 10 clicks, I think you've given it a reasonable amount of time. You've given that ad a go, and if you're not getting sales, because you'd expect, hopefully, to have one sale after 10 clicks. The problem is you can say, oh, I'll give it another couple of clicks, which is fine, but you can then let the ad, spend just get away from you. So I normally have a cutoff of 10 clicks, no sales, stop the ad. And in that way you can control your spend and also give the ad enough time to run. But hopefully in the future videos when I'm looking at these ads, I can demonstrate that to you in a better way. So that's it for now. That's how you start a simple auto ad on Amazon. Now when the ads appear on Amazon, they'll appear in two places. One is towards the top of the listings, or about halfway on the first page of listings, or they'll appear on other people's products. So again, we'll look at that and where the ads appear in more depth in further videos. But this is just a starting point for you to create that initial ad and then learn as you're going along. Now I have read two books. I'll put the links to those two books again down in the description that helped me enormously. One is more of a beginner's level and one is more of an advanced level. I thoroughly recommend the one that's more of an advanced level because that does address all the points for beginners as well, but it just goes into things in a bit more depth. So yeah, that's it. Hope you found the video useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. Remember to hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell. And until next time, goodbye.